Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician 84 here, and welcome back to my Q&A series. This is Q&A number 78, and before I begin, I just want to thank everyone who congratulated me and Emma on our engagement. Like, it was just so great, so amazing. And we even talked about it for quite a while, and I've wanted to marry her for a while. And I thought I'd just make it official on Valentine's. Anyway, now that the soppy stuff is out of the way, let's begin the episode. There's 5 questions here from Matt and Alison Welch. That's quite the step up. One, this is sort of a question I asked before about how Yu-Gi-Oh could possibly evolve after we're all long gone from this world. Do you think dueling could become a way of life? Um, it is a possibility. But I don't know if it'll be like the anime where we have dual discs that produce holograms. But I mean, you never know. I mean, dueling being a way of life could become a possibility for various reasons, like kind of like the ones in all the animes. Like, you just never know. 2. What is your next spicy challenge idea in the future? Um, I haven't really got anything planned for that. Been preoccupied with other things. I mean, although I have thought about doing the Death Nut challenge, but I'm not too sure. Um, I mean, maybe I will, but we'll just have to see. But it it's more likely going to be that. 3. This this is kind of a fan fiction idea, but if you could fuse Dark Magician, Elemental Hero Shining Flare Wingman, and Rainbow News into a new fusion monster, what would you call it, and what stats and effects would it have? Um, it's taken me a while to think of something, but one thing's for sure, it'll be pretty difficult to summon, um, but here's what I thought of. Its name would be Elemental Hero Rainbow Paladin. There would be a level 12 monster, a spellcaster, 5,000 attack and defense points, um, and would obviously list those monsters as the fusion materials, and it would say must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. Um, if this monster destroys a monster by battle, activates one of these effects. Uh, 1. Add 1 spell card from your graveyard to your hand. 2. It inflicts damage equal to the attack points that monster had on the field. 3. Shuffle all cards your opponent controls back into the deck. Or 4. Shuffle all cards in their graveyard back into their deck. If this card is sent to your graveyard or banished by your opponent's card, you can target 1 copy each of this card's fusion materials that is in your graveyard or banished. Special summon them, ignoring summoning conditions. I think that would be quite suitable and have strong effects considering what you'd need to bring it out. Um, and at least it can give you some sort of compensation if it does bite the dust, considering how difficult it is to bring out. I thought of the first effect, to add a spell back, because there are a couple of cards in the archetype that do. Dark Magician archetype that recover spells, Dark Magician of Chaos and Master of Chaos. Like the burn effect, that's inherited from Flame Wingman, Shining Flame Wingman, and Shining Neos Wingman. And the second effect would be uh, Rainbow Neos's first and second effects combined, although it's more like the effects of Rainbow Dragon and Rainbow Over Dragon. Um, and of course, the fourth effect is basically related to Rainbow Neos's third effect. So I figured that would be suitable. Um, I highly doubt we'd ever get something like that, but if we do, I'm finding a way to play it. Um, 4. Any thoughts and opinions on the new Elemental Hero Flame Wingman retrain? Elemental Hero Flame Wingman Infernal Rage. It's very unexpected. Didn't see that coming, but yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it's also quite interesting that it lists two elemental heroes as fusion materials, unlike Sunrise, which just needs any two heroes, like with different attributes. Um, but yeah, I like all of its effects. It's a great way to uh, add favorite contact as well, although it can also add the equip spell favorite hero, so maybe if I did find a way to play it, it would give me an excuse to play favorite hero and skyscraper again. But I'd need to find room in my extra deck, which is kind of annoying. Like, Konami's got to up the extra deck limits sooner or later if we're going to get more cards, extra deck cards for certain archetypes. Like even if it's just to 18, like Weber's 5 suggested in one of his Q&A episodes. I mean, I do agree with him on that. 5. Any thoughts and opinions on the new Synchro Yusei support in Duelist Nexus? I love it. It looks great. I'm gonna find a way to play these cards in my Stardust Junk deck. I also love that there's a monster that looks like Yusei's Duel Runner now. And yeah, Revolution Synchron, the mini power tool, um, I can see being played in Orthtronics as well, not just Synchrons, just as an easy way to bring out Lifestream Dragon, Power Tool Braver Dragon. It's gonna be awesome. Um, and I definitely will play the new Synchro monster. Um, I think I'd rather go for that one than Shooting Quasar and Cosmic Blazer, which I still refuse to play because I still hate those cards with a passion. So much so that they're among my top 6 most hated synchros. But this new one will be a welcome addition to my Stardust Junk deck. It's got to find the room for it. Um, I wish I could say it would make Synchrons do something different other than spam out synchro negates like Quasar, Blazar, Crystal Wing, Overload Savage. I think Baron de Fleur, uh, things like that. Um, it's just annoying when decks, uh, regardless of whether they're meta or not, just have the ability to spam out a board of negates, and then the opponent can't play. Um, Especially when they like take forever to do it, and then once it comes to the opponent's turn, they just scoop. Like, something like that is just annoying to play against, and it's just boring to watch. Um, but all the same, regardless, I still really like all these new cards. And that's gonna make me want to get a box of Dueling Nexus. Um, but then again, I might just resort to buying the singles. Same with Maze of Memories and Cyberstorm Access. I mean, I do want to get boxes, but now I'm not so sure. Because that boxes cost what, 60, £70. Um, it would just be easier to pick up the singles, like along with the fact that I now have a wedding to save up for, and I hear on average weddings cost like 6,000, £7,000, depending on how it's done. Um, that cost is daunting, but yeah, I'm still gonna do it, obviously. Um, but who knows? It'll depend whether or not I can spare the money for boxes. But I'll still have to make a note of all the specific cards I want for those three sets. Um, Next three questions are from Weber's 5. 1. What's your Cyberdark profile? Do you like trying Berserker Soul in it? It's very fun. I am still considering Berserker Soul, although at the moment I don't think I have enough monsters to get a lot of use out of it. I mean, I'm currently playing 19, but I'm thinking about increasing the number of cards I play in the deck and adding a few more monsters. I mean, normally I prefer to play 40 card decks, but I feel like since I have a lot of search cards and mill cards in the deck, then I could probably get away with it and hope I don't brick. Um, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but yeah, here's all the monsters going spare that I could put in. A third Chimera, two more copies of Cyber Dragon Hers, two copies of Attachment Cyber, and just because why not, Hunter Dragon and Exploder Dragon. Um, I have Berserker Soul here as well. I'm also thinking about playing a third copy of Overload Fusion and Power Bond. Um, I don't know. I may need you to give me some pointers. I mean, I know you suggested it like over Messenger, um, but obviously, as someone else who played Cyberdarks, I'm open to more ideas. 2. If I rebuild my Cyberdark deck, would you like to do a mirror match? Oh, absolutely. I'd love to have a mirror match. That would be cool. Um, just trying to remember if you ever had one with George. I feel like you did, but I'm not so sure. Maybe I should look back at your older videos. Um, 3. Have you ever tried jambalaya? My mum's planning on making it Wednesday. It's one of my favourite meals ever. I don't know if I have. I mean, I know I've had similar things like paella. I don't think I've ever had jambalaya, nor have I heard of it. So I had to look it up, see what it looks like, and it looks delicious. I can see why you love it so much. And I would love to try some someday, sometime. And the last six questions are from Express Gaming. It's been a while. 1. What are your top 5 favourite movies you've seen? I got this question a lot back when I did my original Q&A series. Like, Uh, yeah, it was one of. I think of all the duplicate questions I kept getting, that one kept popping up the most. I'm happy to answer the question anyway, and hopefully it won't come up again because I feel like I've answered it too many times. Um, but yeah, here's the five that really stand out. I would say number five is Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Um, I mean, despite the way it ended, it was just really enjoyable. I can't think of any favourite moments, but it was all great. Actually, maybe when the Terminator just broke out of the tomb carrying the coffin and minigun, um, and scared off the SWAT team. That was really cool. Um, I mean, I know it's not exactly a favourite for Terminator fans, but I liked it. I think a lot of the fan base definitely seemed to prefer it over Genesis and Dark Fate. Um, my fourth favourite would be Whisper of the Heart, a Japanese anime film made by Studio Chibi, which is like the equivalent of Disney. Um, yeah, Whisper of the Heart was really great. It's just a really beautiful. Uh, wait, is it a coming of age story? I'm not quite sure, um, but I just really like the story involving the Baron and the fact that yeah, it was just low key a love story. At least that's what it felt like during the second half of it. It's kind of hard to explain it really, and it's something I do want to show Emma at some point. Feel like she might like it. My third favourite would have to be Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Um, Best film in the series, if not one of the best. I think everyone just really preferred the original two movies, really. But I mean, the first one was great and an all-time classic. But I just really liked Terminator 2 over all the others. Like it was just great the fact that you know the Terminator was a good guy uh, for a change, and it was just very well written. Um, I mean, the ending is sad though. But yeah, I still loved it for what it is. My second favourite is Thunderbirds Are Go. Like again, not to be confused with the uh, series that ran from 2015 to 2020. Um, uh, yeah, I'm referring to the movie that came out in 1966. Um, I mean, obviously, big fan of Thunderbirds. I love the fact that there were two movies, you know, set after the series. Um, how it sort of crossed over with Zero X, or at least that's what I thought at first. Because like back in the day, I read the Captain Scarlet comics and the Thunderbirds comics, and there was a separate story for Zero X and its crew. And when I saw Thunderbirds on Go for the first time, which was after the comics, after I read the comics, that is, I thought it was kind of a crossover, but then I found out that that movie took place before the events of the stories in those comics. Um, um, Still, it was just it was just so epic. Um, and Alan's dream was just so trippy. Um, that's how Mars, the surface of Mars was portrayed was uh, quite interesting actually, making it look like the surface of the moon, kind of. Um, but the interesting thing was back then, people didn't know what the surface of Mars actually looked like until the 1970s when they um, put something on Mars. What was it? A Viking lander, I think. Um, yeah, NASA definitely put something on Mars in the 70s and photographed the surface, and that was when everyone got to see what it actually looked like. Um, I don't know, I just found it fascinating. Then again, I find anything about Mars fascinating. In fact, I would absolutely love it if one day when mankind steps onto Mars, and they're still in their ship or in a habitat, and they actually brought a Mars bar along for the journey and ate it, and then they can say, "I ate a Mars bar on Mars." Like, please, for the love of God, like NASA, Elon Musk, SpaceX, whoever, make that happen. Um, Obviously, once all the complications regarding getting there have been figured out. Anyway, I'm going way off topic here. Um, and my favourite movie, without a doubt, has to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time. Like my favourite of all the three Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies that we got. I mean, there's just so many great things about it. I love that Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei were able to meet and duel together. Um, it was just awesome. Like it was a dream come true for fans of the anime, and I'm still hoping there'll be another one day, and it'll involve uh, those same three characters again, as well as Yuma, Yuya, and Playmaker. Um, and maybe even Yuga and whoever the protagonist of the current Rush Duel anime is. Yeah, I've not seen that. Um, it'd be cool if they all met somehow. Um, uh, there is an honourable mention I do want to give, and that's to Scary Movie, which is another favourite that I completely forgot about until now. Be a bit late to add it to the list or change anything, but it was just a really funny movie. Well, besides like maybe one or two bits that um, just wasn't too sure about and thought was a bit controversial, but other than that, I enjoyed it for what it was. Um, anyway, two, are you tempted uh, on getting the new Yo Pot collection? Looks sick. Um, I don't know. I mean, they all look great. I love that there's models of all the different pot cards from Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, I mean, it's tempting, but the problem is I'm running out of room in this room uh, to put some stuff in. Um, uh, it might be difficult. I feel like I'd need another shelf. Um, I maybe I'll consider it when me and Emma move in together, get our own place. Three. Which pot out of them all is your most favourite one? I think without a doubt it would have to be Pot of Greed, the OG one. I am also fond of Pot of Avarice, but I like Pot of Greed more. Well, it's it's the best one. It's the most iconic one, and yeah, the joke regarding it just never dies. All thanks to characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX always explaining what it does um, after playing it. Um, and of course, it's among my top 10 favourite spells in the game. Um, I don't think it can ever come back, though, as much as I like it, unless Konami give it a very good errata, um, which would allow for it to come back. 4. Did you ever try drinking coffee once in your life before preferring tea instead of coffee? Um, well, technically, yes. I mean, I swear I told you about this before. Um, this was from a time like when I was still a teenage boy, and I was in the Scouts, and we all came back from a night hike, and we had hot drinks at the Scout Hall, and I asked for a hot chocolate. Now, I don't know if this was accidental or done for a joke, but someone mixed coffee into the hot chocolate. Um, and well, there were traces of chocolate still. I did taste the coffee, and I was quite repulsed by it. Like, mind you, I've never been keen on the smell as well. Like even before then, I don't know how to describe it, but I just didn't find it nice, really. And I sure as hell didn't like the taste. I mean, my tongue felt weird and tingly for a few days after that, and like I've just hated coffee ever since. Like, I mean, I just think it's disgusting. Um, like, sorry if I'm triggering anyone who likes coffee. I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to you personally, but I just really don't like it and just don't want to have it. Like it was even quite tormenting when me and Emma did that Revels challenge and I had the coffee flavoured ones. Um, I mean, I still got it down anyway, but still, I was like, I hate coffee. Um, I'd just rather have a nice cup of tea, personally. That's the drink that I usually prefer to start my day with. But then again, that's not really possible. Like whenever I stay the night at yours and I set off to work in the morning and get stuff from the corner shop and have my McDonald's breakfast. Because in addition to my sausage and egg McMuffin and hash brown, I have a bottle of orange juice. Um, but maybe I should have considered ordering tea because they, yeah, they do tea at McDonald's, don't they? Never really looked into it because I don't usually buy hot drinks from McDonald's. Although 2 weeks ago, when I went into London for most of the day with my oldest friend from school, we stopped off at, oh no, wait, was it Burger King? Wait, no. I think it may have been Burger King we stopped off at in London. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking too much about this. Anyway, long story short, I like tea over coffee. Five, your top 10 favourite chocolate bars, please. Um, this took a little while for me to think about, but like, here's what I've got. I'd say number 10, Lion bars. And, to be honest, I don't know how much I need to explain about these and why I like them. I'm just really going with what I like more in terms of chocolatey taste. Um, and number 9, Whisper Gold. Um, yeah, because it's well, the caramel's creamy and it's just easy to eat. But what's even easier is number 8, like the normal Whisper bars. Again, nice, chocolatey, easy to eat. Um, number 7, Kit Kats. Like, just because I love the chocolate covering, I love the biscuity taste. 6, Yorkies. Yeah, although much harder, they're still really, really nice. I just liked them for like for 20 odd years. That's very simple, very delicious, very chocolatey. Um, number 5 would be the Oreo chocolate bars. Like I just can't help but get myself one from Tesco Express or wherever. Um, yeah, I mean Oreos are just very addictive anyway, and I love that there's a chocolate bar for them. Uh, uh, number 4, Mars bars. Yeah, going back to Mars bars. Something I've always liked for many, many years. Again, love the caramel taste, love the chocolatey, soft chocolatey texture in the middle. Mmm, just great. Again, very nice, very easy to eat. Number 3, Twix. With so much to offer, chocolate on the outside, caramel and biscuit on the inside. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, number 2, Aeros. Again, very light, chocolatey, and easy to eat, very addictive, regardless of whether it's the normal flavour, the minty flavour, or just any others really. I don't think I've tried any other flavours though. Maybe I should. Um, and I think number 1 would have to be Milky Ways. Just, it's just so soft, so sweet. It's just annoying that I don't see them a lot at the moment. I mean, maybe I'm just not looking, maybe I'm just not generally in the mood for them, but I definitely like it more than any of the others. Um, I should just get hold of more Milky Bars and just chow down on them. um, I'm also going to give an honourable mention to Cadbury's Caramel. Um, I would have put it on the list, but I guess I enjoyed the others more. And finally, number 6, Pancake Day. Are you having pancakes? To be honest, I completely forgot that it was Pancake Day. Then again, that seems to happen a lot these days. So I have no idea if I'm going to be having them later. Quite gutted. Um, if I do end up missing out. Um, I mean, maybe there's a chance they'll be made later on in the week around Emma's place. Yeah, I'm going over there again on Thursday. Um, but who knows? The funny thing is, I wasn't even sure if it would be today or last week, tying in with Valentine's, but I guess that wasn't the case. We'll see. Um, Maybe I can make up for missing out by again just uh, getting some pancakes from up the road. Um, just can't go wrong with them. And that is it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. And if you have any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. I think one additional rule I will um, add, just for a temporary basis, is do not ask me when me and Emma are getting married. Because we still don't have a date at this time. And it could take a while before the actual wedding day happens. Like, as soon as we think of a date, we'll be sure to tell you guys. Um, but until then, do not ask that question. Um, Anyway, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.